For 27 years, I exhausted myself pretending to be someone I wasn't. I called it fitting in. Psychologists call it masking, and it nearly destroyed me. I didn't know who I was without the act, and worse, I was scared to find out. 3 months ago, I decided to stop. Here's what happened when I quit pretending to be normal. Welcome back to Mentor's Mindset. I want you to imagine this. Every morning you wake up and put on a performance. You rehearse conversations in your head. You study people like you're decoding a foreign language. You smile, even when it hurts. You nod through small talk while your brain's screaming, "Can we skip this and talk real?" You scroll social media, watching how others do normal, copying their timing, tone, even their humor, just to survive a day without being labeled awkward. You monitor your tone constantly. Is this too blunt, too emotional, too robotic? You become a self-censoring machine, terrified of saying the wrong thing in the wrong way. It's not just exhausting, it's soul-numbing. If you're autistic, neurodivergent, or just different, this might be your life too. Masking isn't just being polite, it's a survival strategy. Neurodivergent people often hide their true selves to avoid judgment or rejection, suppressing stimming behavior, forcing eye contact, mimicking social scripts, hiding special interests, pretending to understand confusing rules. I remember being 8, practicing normal facial expressions in the mirror because a teacher said I looked weird when I focused. That was the beginning of the mask. In secondary school, I mimicked the most liked person in every class, their gestures, their slang, their confidence. I thought if I could just master the script, I'd finally belong. And when I didn't fit in, I blamed myself. I thought I wasn't trying hard enough. I didn't realize I was trying to download a social operating system that was never built for me. The science of masking studies now show masking is linked to something called camouflaging. It's an adaptive strategy, but it comes with a heavy cost. A 2020 study found that camouflaging correlates strongly with suicidal thoughts in autistic adults, especially those undiagnosed. Why? Because living as someone you're not day after day convinces you that your real self must be unlovable. Here's what no one tells you about masking. It drains your soul. Research shows people who mask heavily face higher rates of anxiety and depression, chronic fatigue and emotional burnout, identity confusion and imposter syndrome, delayed autism diagnosis, especially in women. By 25, I was having panic attacks in the office bathroom. I'd come home and collapse. I wasn't lazy or broken, I was drained from pretending. I missed promotions because I was too anxious to speak up. I lost friends because I couldn't keep pretending to like parties or noise or small talk. And the worst part, I blamed myself. Every missed opportunity felt like confirmation that I wasn't enough, that if I didn't mask harder, I'd be left behind. There was a birthday dinner once, loud, crowded, chaotic. I lasted 23 minutes before hiding in the bathroom, breathing into my coat sleeve, begging my nervous system to cooperate. When I returned, people joked that I was antisocial. I laughed along, but I cried in the Uber home. These moments don't just chip away at your energy, they chip away at your self-worth. The breaking point, a team meeting. I had a great idea, but I didn't share it. Why? I was busy editing myself, afraid I'd seem too intense or too different. Someone else shared a similar but watered-down idea, and it got praised. I smiled, I nodded, I clapped along, but inside I wanted to scream. That was mine. That should have been mine. That night, I asked myself, what if I stopped pretending? What if I just existed? It was terrifying. But honestly, I had nothing left to lose, and I realized something. I had been sacrificing brilliance for belonging, my voice for approval, my health is for invisibility. That night I wrote down everything I was afraid to show people, my blunt honesty, my deep interests, my sensitivities, my quirks. I realized that list. That was actually my strength, I just never gave it space to breathe. So I ran an experiment. For 30 days I would slowly unmask. Here's what I did. Week 1, stopped forcing eye contact. Conversations felt more natural. No one even noticed. Week 2, stim openly rock, fidget, pace. My anxiety dropped and my thinking got clearer. Week 3, talk about special interest without apologizing. I found my tribe, real connections formed around real passions. Week 4, speak directly, no social fluff meetings were more productive, and people started calling me refreshingly honest. I also started journaling every night, tracking what drained me and what gave me life. Patterns emerged. I wasn't antisocial, I was overstimulated. I didn't hate people, I hated pretending. And here's what shocked me. The people I thought would reject me didn't. A co-worker said, "I've never heard you speak so clearly, you're brilliant." A friend said, "I always wondered why you held back." Turns out I wasn't protecting them from me, I was hiding me from me. 3 months later, here's the difference. Before, burnt-out, shallow relationships, constant self-doubt, career stuck. After, mental clarity, real friendships, confidence without faking, creative breakthroughs. I didn't become someone new, I just became me. And that person, honestly, they're pretty amazing. I started getting invited to collaborate, not because I was masking well, but because I was showing up fully. No edits, no filters, just the real version of me. I rediscovered old hobbies I thought I'd outgrown. Drawing, building models, and hyperfixating on strange trivia. Turns out joy lives where masks die. No one really talks about what happens after you stop pretending. Yes, it's freeing, yes, it's empowering, but it's also disorienting. There were moments I asked myself, who even am I without the mask? I'd spent so long curating every move that being real felt naked. People responded differently, most positively, but some didn't. Some friendships faded, not because I was rude or distant, but because I stopped performing the version of me they liked best. I had to grieve that. I had to learn that losing people who only love the mask is actually a form of self-rescue. And slowly, something beautiful happened. I stopped chasing approval. I started building alignment. Instead of fitting in, I found where I belonged. Instead of being impressive, I became whole. And if you're scared of what might happen when you take the mask off, let me tell you something I wish someone had told me. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's lonely sometimes, but being seen for who you are is worth every second of being misunderstood by those who never took the time to look deeper. This video isn't just about autism, it's about all of us. We live in a world that punishes difference and rewards performance. We're told to tone it down, to fit in, to be less much. We applaud perfection over presence, image over authenticity, and in doing so, we lose the chance to know each other and ourselves. But masking isn't just a neurodivergent issue. How many people pretend to love their job, their relationship, their life? We've built a culture of performance and called it personality, but what if the system is broke, not you? What if your uniqueness isn't a problem, but your power? This week, pick one tiny way you've been performing. Stop doing it, just for a day. See what happens. You deserve to be loved for who you are, not who you pretend to be. Drop the mask. Pick up your truth, even if your voice shakes at first speak anyway. And if this resonated, you're not alone. Comment "I'm done pretending" below, and let's build a space where real is normal. You were never too much. You were just in the wrong room. But now, you're in the right one. Please subscribe, like and share. See you soon.